Hi everyone, and welcome to the Saucery2 demonstration. I've just done a video on Saucery3. This one is Saucery2. It's built against NUnit2.6.4 and is available as a NuGet package. As you can see, it's got a whole bunch of dependencies. NUnit 2.6.4 is latest we've heard is it's the end of the road for NUnit2. I've tried to convince Charlie to release a NUnit 2.6.5. There's a couple of features that are in NUnit 3 that would be really awesome to get into NUnit 2, but chances are at this stage we probably won't. But if you've got any tests that you've written against NUnit 2, then Saucery supports that. We'll jump into some code and we'll have a look to see how it's slightly different from Saucery 3. So similar sort of structure. We've got a dog fooding simple C# class library here with some tests. So if we open up here, you'll see this is red. This is just resharper not liking the encryption I've got on the Saucery2 package, but same for Saucery3. If you just click on this red light bulb here and just select reference it is referenced. It's just for whatever reason resharper doesn't like the encryption, but it's all good. You just select that and you get rid of the red. So similar sort of, we extend from Saucery base class and we get all the good stuff that Saucery provides simply by doing that. No need for a constructor here, a specific constructor. Unfortunately, these are the features that I want to get into NUnit 2, which unfortunately we won't get. So a slight difference in order to get the functionality we want when we're creating an NUnit test. We want to pass in a value source of type source platform test data, which is a Saucery2 package. Call the get platforms method, so that value source, and pass through that platform test data object called platform. Just put that on each test. It's not quite as nice as Saucery3, but it's how we can get the job done for Saucery2. Now, because this is no longer a zero, we need to use this one to pass through to the setup function, and because setup in NUnit requires it to be a zero parameter method to be called automatically by the framework, we've got to call it. We've got to call that setup method that is in this base class. We've got to call it directly. After that, you just do your test, whatever it might be. Again, we're hitting up the guinea pig page here, and then you do your assertion as per a normal test. So yes, I agree, it's not quite as nice as Saucery3, but NUnit 3 has a couple extra features that, as I said, NUnit 2 doesn't have. Anyway, let's kick it off and see how we go. So again, just before we do that, here's the job, and again I'm configuring it with 3 platforms here: Android 4, Android 5.1, and Windows 8.1 Firefox 36. iOS is also supported perfectly well. This is the Source on Demand plugin, and you've got all the platforms that you would want. All the platforms provided by SauceLabs. So you just select it there, save it in your job, and Saucery takes care of it for you. So let's kick this off. Again, I'll cut this video after we've seen it kicked off and going, so we can jump forward towards the end. tests are just about to start. There we go. There we go. So setting up our link works test with what platform that we're on. And because this is Android 4, I'm taking care of sending it to WebDriver. In the case of Android 5.1, we send it to, I take care of sending it to Appium for you. So there's our first test running. So we're expecting we've configured this with 3 platforms, and we've got 3 tests, just 3 simple tests here. I haven't bothered to do data-driven tests, but data-driven tests works fine with Saucery2 as well. Would expect to get 9 tests at the end. So here you can see, as I said before, Android 5.1 is going to Appium. Okay, welcome back. We're just getting to the end of the test here. Just waiting for this last test to finish off. And there we go. 9 tests have run and build success. One other thing I'd point out that even though NUnit2 only submits 1 test at a time, it has no parallelism capabilities like NUnit3 does. Saucery2 still includes the flow control capabilities, just in case you might want to be running a NUnit3 suite. If maybe you've got Saucery3 and Saucery2, and you're running some NUnit3 tests along with your NUnit2 tests. So if you want to run your NUnit3 tests and you don't want to worry about anything being dropped on the floor, the NUnit2 test running under Saucery2 will still be supported by the flow control capabilities, so that it doesn't cause any problems for your Saucery3 tests that might be chewing up more than 1 test at a time for your account. So yeah, let's just jump into one of these. So Android 5.1 landscape. So this is the new SauceLabs UI. Actually, what we'll do, I'll show you here. In here, we'll get a better view of it. So this is the embedded source reports in Jenkins. Test passed. As you can see, Android 5.1. We've got Appium logs because we sent it to Appium. And whereas the case of, let's look at Android 4, because Android 4 got sent to WebDriver, we've got Selenium logs here. So that's another great thing about Saucery, is it takes care of sending it to the correct platform for SauceLabs, so you don't have to worry about it. All you got to concern yourself with is, from code is so much cleaner. You just pick Saucery base for Selenium tests, or if you want to have, if you've got a you want to write some Appium tests against a mobile app, you can pick up the Appium capabilities with Saucery Android base or Saucery iOS base. Ooh, there we go. So you can do Saucery iOS base or Android base to do your mobile tests, but code so much cleaner. As you can see, no test fixture, all that's taken care of you by Saucery. and you can just focus on writing your business tests, so you can be a lot more productive. All that plumbing code's taken care of for you. So to pick up a activation key for Saucery, just come to fullcirclesolutions.com.au, and you can come to the products. There's the buy now buttons. I'll put this video up here as well. And for a pricing of $99 a year, this represents excellent value for the time it will save you. Yeah, I believe it represents excellent value for money. Thanks very much, and thanks for watching, and check in the comments for the links to the other videos. Thanks a lot. Bye.